It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, all that and more, coming up next.
If you're a Freeway fan, we're just east of the 405, one of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Great to start the season with you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, getting set for 2 AFC West rivals to kick off the new season. Each one with a new coach from a year ago. The Raiders, Antonio Pierce, finished the last 9 games last year, Greg. Now it's his full-time job. On the other side, welcome back to the NFL, Jim Harbaugh.
I think one of the coolest things about this, Mike, is just really the 2 very different paths each of these head coaches have taken to be in this position today.
It is the opener of the 2024 season for these 2 teams. And off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers led out by Justin Herbert in his 5th season now, Greg, as the Charger QB, a guy we saw win the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking, all right, new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And, man, you get through that first game, and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
Johnston motioning over. He's across midfield. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Herbert. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Wilkins is able to get home, and he was one of the Raiders' most noteworthy additions this offseason. Following an impressive 9-sack season last year in Miami, Vegas clearly knows that he is a difference maker along that defensive front, and plays like that are a big reason why.
The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
There's just something special about week 1, isn't it, Mike? I mean, after months of anticipation, speculation, it finally hits you. The season has arrived. This is the first time where we're going to get to see a lot of the debuts of players on new teams, new coaches, rookies taking the field for the very first time in a meaningful game. The preseason is one thing, but it's an entirely different level of excitement once opening weekend rolls around. I don't know about you, but I am excited to see what's in store for us, that these games finally now matter.
The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. Right back to Adams. He's got it again. They get 12 yards on that pass. Good for a Raider 1st down. First carry of the game for Alexander Madison. And not a whole lot there. Up to about the 25. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with Madison. He is met and dropped. Good defense with loss of a couple on that play. A tough spot here. 3rd and and long. In motion is Myers. To the air on third down, it's Minshew. A throw complete to Scott. Now he's loose down the right sideline. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion now, it's Scott. On 1st and 10, it's Minshew. In trouble, and down he goes. That is Joey Bosa in on the sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run up the middle. It's Madison. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 18. 25 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Raider first down. Here's carry number 1 for the former Bulldog, Zamir White. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back is Minshew. He's got the tight end, Mayer. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Man in motion is Gallup. He'll try and throw with Minshew. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
On 4th down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders' field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Here's 1st and 10. A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle. Brings up 2nd and 7. Now it's Herbert. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Shotgun now for Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll send him over to the left. Here's a handoff to Williams. Fighting off tacklers, pushing his way forward. Good gain of about 4. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That one complete to Johnston.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
This one complete to Palmer. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now, Herbert. To the right side and hauled in by McConkey. They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. 3-0 is our score. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Here comes 3rd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Nice job there by Max Crosby, able to get into the backfield and come away with the sack. And, man, has he done plenty of that. Over the last 2 years, Mike, 27 sacks. I mean, it just seems every game he plays, this man's like a one-man wrecking crew.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And he didn't give the Gunners a chance to get down there and make a play for him. It's into the end zone and a touchback. The Raiders offense ready to take over for their second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
And Davante Adams, he continues to be one of the premier receivers in the NFL here in his 11th season. Recorded over 1,100 yards each of the last 4. He keeps making plays like that. I think by year ends, he's going to make it 5.
Going to get that complete. Jacoby Myers. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here comes Madison. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short. Play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Asante Samuel up from the corner spot to make the stop. Again, it's Madison. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Veteran safety Jamal Adams there for the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Off the play fake, it's Minshew. Gets that one complete to his tight end Bowers. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll toss this one out to Madison. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's a run. Down to the 4. It'll be second and goal. They'll fake the give, and now it's Minshew. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
The sideline erupted. They thought that was an easy 6, but instead, it was nothing but disappointment. I mean, that is a gut-wrenching missed opportunity.
No chance at all. He'll go down.
Feels like they needed that sack. This entire drive, it feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Raiders, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to take over once more. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with a first down. Here's Herbert. He connects with Palmer on that one. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 32-yard line.
Herbert. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing again, Herbert. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
After 27-yard line.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Herbert to the air again. He'll go left side here and complete this one. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. Now Herbert again. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Glad McConkey, the one he was looking for. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers are on the board. They cut the lead to 6-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. 1st and 10. Throwing is Minshew. Here's a screen set up for Madison. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
Minshew to the air on 2nd down. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. To the air once more is Minshew. Finding his tight end there. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Throwing again is Minshew. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now timeout Vegas. That is their 2nd. As they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the gun, here's Minshew. Oh, a loose football. And one of the Raiders able to get back in there and secure possession so they keep the ball. So we've reached halftime here on NFL Kickoff Weekend as we get you to Orlando. Say hello to my old pal, Jonathan Coachman, with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome to the Madden family for you and Greg. And to you at home as we take you around the NFL here on NFL Kickoff Weekend 2024. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. Tyler Lockett, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to the Land to check on the Brownies at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Derrick Henry, a touchdown run in the victory. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half. About to get started. On the return, it is Trey Tucker. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. So this next drive about to get going. We remind you, coming up later tonight, the regular season premiere of Sunday Night Football. It's a good one. Playoff rematch, Stafford against Goff, the Rams and the Lions from Ford Field. That's at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, we wrap up week 1 with Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers gets another shot at a Monday opener. The Jets and Niners from Santa Clara, 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 West Coast time.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
On the draw, here's Madison. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll go again with Williams. Third and 5. From the gun, it's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing on 1st down is Herbert. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the give, it's Williams. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the shotgun, they give it to Williams. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's got it at the 3. Ball a little closer now. It is second and goal.
At the 3-yard line.
Motion man is the tight end going right. They'll try to run it with Williams. Powering forward. He's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown Chargers. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that matters, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers open the lead to 4. It's 10-6. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. To return is Tucker. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. Trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, and here's Madison. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Straight ahead, here's Madison. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing. On the give, this is Madison. And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Raiders.
Minshew going to look to throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And you see the rookie tight end, Brock Bowers, pick up the 1st down. Mike, of all the tight ends that I've watched in college over the last, call it 10 years or so, I'm not sure if I've seen a more dynamic, ready for the NFL tight end than Brock Bowers. I mean, 2-time Mackey Award winner, 700-plus yards each of the last 3 seasons. He can get downfield. He can make tough catches. He can run with the ball after the catch. I mean, there's not a lot this guy can't do, and I think he's got a shot to be that next big-time, young, breakout rookie tight end.
Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll try and throw with Minshew. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They'll try to run. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
The Chargers offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Herbert to throw. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show it.
He works free, right side. And he will score. Matt McConkey, touchdown LA. And that's a football to hold on to forever. His first NFL touchdown in his very first NFL game. Kicker now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chargers are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6. After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return is Dylan Laube. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Well, Raiders offense ready to take over possession of the football. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
The shotgun, a throw from Minshew. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. On the ground, it's Madison. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. He was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run here with Madison. Can he get away? No! He's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That's Greg Rousseau in there for the sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Taking a shot downfield for Adams. Asante Samuel that time all over him in coverage.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups.
And he's going to go down. They get him behind the line. Can't take a sack there. It's a turnover on downs.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
The Chargers offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Here's Herbert. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw is Herbert. There's that man again. Another catch. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Throwing again, Herbert. This throw taken in by Hurst.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. That's taken in, and he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to set up the screen here. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing is Minshew. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now Minshew. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. He's going to have the 1st down. And that one good for 9. And the drive continues. Minshew going to look to throw again. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw once more, here's Minshew. To the left side, and Adams has it. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To the air once more is Minshew. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing again is Minshew. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the 1st down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
They'll go. It's Madison. And he's going to have the Raiders' 1st down. Quite a call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. He'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. From the gun, here's Minshew. Off he goes. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down. That's taken in by the running back, Madison. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Here's Minshew. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They'll drop to throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, that ball was thrown. Me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. And this has been the start of the season you hope for. You held serve at home, have the lead here in the 4th quarter, and now it's all about bleeding down that clock. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. It's another run here for Williams. And he'll get this very close to a 1st down. A nice run there. Will just end up a little bit short. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Williams. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
J.K. Scott in punt formation.
So this one is over. It's in the win column for the Chargers. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from SoFi.